guys. Hi people. I see you. How you guys doing? Let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me. Just let me know in the comment section. Say yes, 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 yes if you can. Say yes, 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 yes if you can. I need to see your yeses so I know that you're here. Hi guys. Yay! Hi, Okwemi. Hi, hi, hi. I need to see you guys say yes. Exactly. Esther, I see your yeses. I see you guys. Hello. Hi, guys. Hi, people. How you doing? Who is happy to be here tonight? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am so, of course, thrilled to have you here on the final edition of Deeper, the webinar today, okay, let me take out all of this stuff that I see here now. We have started. Let people know that we have started. Share the links. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I see your comment, Esther. Yes, yes, yes. Share the links. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So I don't have to repeat myself, right? Thank you. So I'm going to get right into it. Our guest is here already. Many of you may or may not know him, but this is Tochukwu Macfoy. Beyond his name and all of that, I think that is important to have those conversations that bring us into consciousness of who we are, what difference that we have, or the difference that we bring generally, and why it matters. So, it's important that we have this sort of discussions and this sort of conversations. You know how it goes, the ground rules. Ask questions as we go. I'm not going to stop and take any question and answer after. It is as we go. Let's go, guys. So tonight I am adding. There you go. Hi, Dr. Foy. Hi, Dr. Foy. People say hello to him now. Come on, say hello.
Hello,
Hello,
Heidi. Can
Dr.
you hear me?
Foy. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, well, I can hear you. Can everybody hear? Guys, let's know that you are here. Oh. So we're just not talking to ourselves. Right? Please write hello. Yeah, say hello, Dr. Foy. If you can hear him, let's be sure that you can. Just give me a second. I need to, yeah, E for energy. Okay. It looks like somebody heard you. Hey, hello, Dr. Foy. Okay, good. Foy, not four. Hello, Dr. Foy. Hi, 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 hi. I am so, yes, finally. Okay, looks like they can hear you. So that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We can hear you. Okay, great. We can hear you. Thank you for being here tonight. Just for here, I'm going to call you Dr. Foy because
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for bringing me out. I used to hide a lot. I'm always hiding.
well, that's the point. That's why we're having this conversation, because you hid first and all of a sudden you're just, I'm like, who is this person? What happened? Where did he come from? Like,
And please, my name is now
what?
Dr. Steez, so you have to respect
Please
the brand.
now.
Please respect the
Please
brand.
now. Please now.
Please respect
Please.
the
Let's
brand.
please, let's not even go there. So I'm going to have, like a few things. I'm going to start from a small place. I think that is very, what you do and who you are, I think that is very unusual. What do I mean? I mean that, how you don't know that something can work or something can be explained. So what do I mean? Like, how you are such a media type person, right? And you are explaining it in your voice, like as it is in your head. You're painting the pictures for us to see. And it's funny how you may not have known that, like, oh, so this thing exists. It's almost like creating on the go. It's wild. Like, it is honestly so wild. And those things, there are a few things that can get you to that place. One of them is losing shame and consciousness. So a lot of times, we are unable to shine or to rise or to become, because we have all of this baggage that we're carrying in pockets of shame, in pockets of caution, in pockets of not being able to be vulnerable, in pockets of fear of failure, fear of judgment. So these are the conversations that I want to introduce us to tonight. And so I want to start from the very beginning, and I want you to be as honest as you can be. So at what point did you feel like I am different from the things that are around me? At what point? So that's typically the beginning. How how do you know that I can't just be like everybody, like them? Like, yeah, how did you get to that point? What happened?
Okay, so um, as a child, as a child, I knew that if I didn't find myself, I would have major crisis. And let me explain. My dad is a great guy, an Igbo man. I'm the first son,
Oh wow.
and he wanted me to be a doctor.
Hmm.
He wanted his first. Till today, he says doctor, doctor.
We are a doctor now. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he wanted me to be a doctor. So I schooled in King's College. I did sciences, biology, physics, passed my sciences, did my year one in medicine. Half of my year one, I wrote a letter to my father. Daddy, I'm not a doctor. I'm a mass comm student. A long letter. I have left medicine. I'm going to
Wow.
mass comm. I
Wow.
wrote a letter on Wednesday. On Monday morning, in my mass comm class, I see my dad.
Wow.
And he tells me it is time to go home. I go home, spend 3 months with him, and he convinces me to go back to medicine. He
Wow.
says, yeah, so let me tell the story. And in that season, I knew that I had to protect my convictions. I knew what he wanted me to do was good for the family, good for his first son, good for
Wow.
context, but I had to protect my inner. So I call it my internet, my internet, my
Yeah.
internet, not my internet. And
Mm.
so I also in school I was best dressed. In school I was the best MC as a doctor. In school I
Mm.
won most social, most exciting as a doctor. So I protected that part. I would leave school, drive.
Wow.
I don't know if you know of IK Osa, what's his name again? I used
Osakedwa.
to I used to MC with him. I used to MC with Cobams. I used to MC rooftop MCs. So I protected that part of myself. Medicine was good for me because it made me a strong person. I'm robust. I have emotional robustness. But
Mm.
it was making sure I didn't lose my creativity. I didn't lose my steez. I didn't lose I didn't lose that part of my life that formed this part of me. And the truth is, it gave me like an added advantage. So I am like a king and a kingmaker for real because
Mm.
I'm so aware of my trauma. I'm so aware of my wounds. I'm so aware of it's like I have a, I, I made a friendship with my inner self.
Mm.
I'm aware of a pin drop in my inner net. I know when for go and rest for it. So it was the suffering of my uni days because I suffered
Wow.
in med school. I had to use my phones to record my classes to double hear my classes. So I grew a strength. I had to
Mm.
I'll get 51 over 100 and I crap I survived. But it was I survived. But it was that season honestly that gave me this robustness of self-awareness, and that
Mm.
is what started it.
I mean, this thing that you have said, I mean, thank you for sharing that. But it is very, I mean, I know that, how when we feel like I know what I want, this is how I want it to go. But I think that it's very crucial to highlight what you said about, you know, it becoming something that taught you other things, that,
Yeah.
built up other things, other virtues in you that may not have shown up, otherwise. And why I'm mentioning that is because, as humans, we're easy to, I mean, it's very easy to blame other people for something that happened. And just say, it's because this happened that I wasn't able to do that. It's because they made me do this that I lost my kiniko. But I think that the question for me is, how did you know that you needed to protect something? How how
Um,
how did you know?
because I knew that on stage when I used to MC, when I used to write raps, I used to I wrote stuff for MI. I wrote stuff for rooftop MCs. I worked with them when I was younger. I knew that that was the, I felt so much joy. So I
Hmm.
knew that that part gave me a spark. But I also kind of knew, and I'll be honest with you, that creatives don't have doggedness.
Hmm.
I knew that too. I saw it in patterns. So I knew that, okay, you know what? If I can survive med school, it will make me a beast, something a wild, like a wild
Hmm.
animal. It will make me, and it
Hmm.
did. For
Hmm.
example, after med school, I was 25. I have been the youngest manager ever in Viacom in MTV. Youngest.
Hmm.
The youngest ever. At 25, I was earning a lot of money, controlling a lot of things. At 25, 26, because they could see that I was creative, but I could finish projects. I was
Hmm.
creative, but I could document the whole picture. I was creative, but I was not emotional about choices. I was
Hmm.
creative, but I was like a weird creative. Like, who's this guy? Like, we'll all play together, and then they're sitting in the office. So they're like, but it was the discipline of my viva. So in med school, there's something called viva, where you have to tell a doctor about a case end to end. It was the discipline of pediatrics with children.
Wow.
It was those. So it was a hybrid mix that, in hindsight, is the most beautiful thing about me. That mixture.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing. I think that it's very important again to mention that you see everything is happening for us, whatever it looks like. So even if it looks
Of
like
course.
this is the worst situation in my life, it's happening for you. It's never really against you, except as you take it, as you
Yeah.
receive it, and as you walk with it, as you war with it, as you live and thrive with it, whatever it is, whether it's the burden of anything, burden of a relationship, burden of having to do certain things, having to stretch yourself, having to exert yourself. Know that when you are coming out, you are definitely not coming out empty handed. And it's for you to really sit in it and realize what is here for me, not against me. Yeah, so
Let me
it's
also
it's
add.
go ahead.
Let me also add. I I also learned something from working in the pediatrics ward. And these things
Wow.
I just keep to myself. I learned that when a child falls, just here,
Hmm.
the problem is never the falling.
Yeah.
The problem is how people react
Yeah.
to the falling.
Yeah.
I noticed that when a child falls, he's looking for and if everybody panics,
Yeah.
he reacts.
Yeah.
I realized that in life, it is not really what happens to us. It is our expectations of people,
Yeah.
people's
Yeah.
reaction telling you the truth. So if you can be everybody's guy, but you also have a preserved part of your life that
Hmm.
you actually are narrating and nobody is influencing it. See,
Hmm.
there's beauty in that.
How do
Most
you do
times,
that?
I would say that a lot of our problems, I call it learned helplessness. I
Hmm.
call it learned helplessness. I'll give an example. One of my heroes that I don't publicly celebrate is Kanye West.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
cool.
publicly Kanye West. And I watched Kanye West for like focus. I'm into the music business too. So I watched
Yeah.
Kanye West for a long time. And Kanye West always kept saying something. He always said, there is nothing like this is the way it should be done. Listen,
Yeah.
And I'm saying this because he broke every law of music. He broke,
Hmm.
the 808 had beat stamp. He broke how to rap. He broke everything. So I'm like, Omo,
Hmm.
the truth is that we all just don't have the courage. It's courage.
Hmm.
It's courage. It's courage. It is head mentality. And I understand it. I understand religion
Wow.
messes you up, culture messes you up, family messes you up. So I understand it. But it's all that. Now, the flip side is, can you be so independent, so amazing, but with human beings, so wise, so discerning, you don't talk anyhow. So it's being so independent, but so wise and so discerning that when you're around people, they don't see you as awkward, they don't see you as proud, they don't see you as, but but you're still not like them. But when you're around them,
Wow.
yeah,
This thing that you
it's
are saying.
wisdom.
This thing, I see, I'm going to break it down because I believe that, I mean, what you said now about there's nothing like this is how it should be done. This is how it must be. This is how it must be. That line alone can change the trajectory of anyone's
Your
life.
life.
If you look at it and say, and I believe in the theory of options. That's what you have just told me. You have told me that there are options. It is never that okay, and that you don't have to say this is the right, this is the only option. You cannot say this is the only one. There may be another one that can be created, that can be, reformed. So it is what you have said to me is about trying to be liquid but solid at the same time. What you are is too
Woo!
much. What you have said is a lot. So we have to almost like break it down into. We have to break it down. So I need your help here. So
Okay,
for
let me try. Can I try?
break it down for me.
Can I try? The human mind has 5 compartments.
Okay.
So I'm also, so guys, forget the Dr. Foy outside. There's also a very weirdo inside. It has 5 compartments. It has memory, imagination,
Mm-hmm.
intellect, will, and emotion.
Wow.
So memory,
Mm-hmm.
imagination, intellect,
Mm-hmm.
will, and emotion.
Hmm.
Most people don't understand that to attack life, you must manage these 5 compartments. Now, I'm going to blow your mind with something. So I express through my faith, Christianity, but I'm not boxed to that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that in the Bible, two people who were not Christians, who were extreme Gentiles,
Extreme.
extreme, used imagination, and Christ said, "This is great faith." Number one, there was nowhere written on earth that if you touch the hem of somebody's garment, you'll be healed. But this lady imagined it, said to herself, there is
If I
this,
do this thing,
it can't happen. There
wow,
is no format to destiny. She said it,
wow.
there is no format to destiny. She didn't allow her memory mess her up. She didn't allow her intellect mess her up. She didn't allow
She
her
didn't try and think
emotion.
it out.
She
Hmm.
didn't allow her will. She forced her will with imagination.
Wow.
And when that happened, Baba said, "This is great faith."
This is
There was
wild,
like,
eh?
Omo, you're a baddie. Who are you? And that is the power of man.
Hmm.
Is that can you not allow the whole world trap your imagination? Can your
Hmm.
memory free your imagination? Can your intellect
Hmm.
free your imagination? Can your will align your imagination? Can your emotion? It's about the power of imagination. And this is a man thing. Listen, Elon Musk, Sam Altman, Kobe Bryant. That is it. It's the power. That is the power of man. How you can navigate, meander, flex your imagination.
This thing, I can see people wow, what are you saying? I don't get that. What? So see, Foy, this thing called imagination. The same mind that imagines great things is the same mind that imagines I'm going to like this is not going to work. How do you you said something about being able to subject your intellect to imagination, subject your will or subject your memory. But how? There must be a science or an art to how I can do that. What are the things that I can do that help me to open my mind? Because that's what you're saying. You're saying that permit your mind to be free, permit your mind to take charge, but it is in the power of what you imagine, what you create that may not even exist. But how? How am I able to create it? How do I bypass all of my experiences and all of the things that are holding me and all of my fears? How do I bypass it and quickly jump into
You
imagination?
said it. in the first line. You said it, and I will use your words.
Hmm.
The opposite of imagination is a
Hmm.
word. It's called trauma.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Trauma is the injury to your imagination.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Trauma is when your parents, church, mosque,
Yeah.
teacher in
Religious.
school,
Yeah.
teacher in school, your environment
Hmm.
poked and poked your imagination. They poked it. They said, "Shut up, who are you?"
Hmm.
They told you were small. They
Wow.
poked you in school that you're not entrepreneurial. Go and get work in civil service. They messed your mind. So trauma is the injury to your imagination.
Yeah.
Trauma is what have you seen a child that is 2 years? They are beautiful. They are ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
When trauma comes, shut up. This is not how it is done. This is not how it is. So the first thing you have to do is start to identify your traumas. What I did, what I do is that I make sure I'm around people who are not too broken. I make
How do you
sure
know? How do you know? Because sometimes,
it takes
how do
experience.
you can't see you can't necessarily see brokenness. You need to be inside to see it. Some
Yeah.
type of broken, and by
Yeah.
which time you are inside, you're not like, how did I get here? So for me, it's that how can you identify these things?
I am I don't I hate when people downplay the word called trigger. I think trigger is a beautiful word.
Mm, yeah.
Trigger is a I think see um let's let's call the universe let's call the universe a just the universe is a just being. So that we don't bring any religion here. Let's say the universe is a just being. That the universe is not unfair. Hmm?
Mm,
And there are two things the universe is looking at: your attention and your intention.
mm.
Your attention is looking at, are you attentive to what you call trigger? When
Yeah.
something triggers you, do you pay attention to it? Do you always just, this is who I am?
Downplay it. Yeah, this is
This is
my
who I
mind, though.
am.
This is how I grew up.
This is how I
This
am. This is who
this
I
is how I
am.
am. Wow.
Do you know, I see, can I be real with you? The danger of social media is that a lot of people are living through people, and it's bad. Why, BB?
Hmm.
Why, BB? People are over celebrating who they can become.
Hmm.
They're not willing to put in the work to become that.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's bad. They're living through. I see it a lot. You know you have this gift, oh. You know you have this gift, but you just don't want to put in the work of attention, paying attention to your trigger, just and then your intention, checking your why every time.
Hmm.
Why?
Hmm.
Checking your why, checking revisiting your why, making sure that your why is not borrowed. That's somebody's why.
Hmm. This is what they are
Borrowed.
doing now. This is how
It's
it's
what
working
now. Because
now.
because that will not that one, there's no fuel in that one. Oh. That one has no
Oh my
fuel. Oh.
goodness.
That one will just that
It
one is
will it
breeze.
will
Oh.
finish. It will just finish
So,
before you.
woo, that, that
Hey,
one.
what are you saying?
You're checking your intention. You're checking your intention. You're checking your intention. You're paying attention. You're paying attention. The world is
Hmm.
distraction. The world is distracting you.
Hmm.
The world is
Yeah.
so you're, you're saying, I why am I angry? Why am I always
Mm-hmm.
this? Why do I
Mm-hmm.
when somebody says give me feedback, why am I always shaking? Why do I
Mm.
hate somebody's beauty? Do I feel ugly? Yeah, some people it's they do. Why it's they do? Why attention the intention.
Mhm.
And guess what? This thing is a daily work. It's a
Mm.
conscious work. I'll also be sincere. Therapies are important.
Yeah.
Therapists or coaches. I'll be sincere with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
they're important.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah.
yeah. So I have a community of people that we just give ourselves energy.
Mm.
Yeah. So I call I say that we are all spirit beings, and spirit
Yeah.
does not speak English.
Hmm.
People like English. People like so spirit speaks
But
energy.
sometimes all you need to just feel it. You would,
Feel it,
you will
feel
just
it.
know.
You will just
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's so wild already what we have gotten into, and this conversation that we are having is so important. Thank you, Dr. Foy, for being as as open as you are. So, like, what I'm going to say now is like you mentioned this social media, digital. Is like this is a real world. It has come to stay, and a lot of people
It's
are
not if like
struggling.
it's not if like
Is a real world. Like a lot of people are struggling to be in this world, and it's like they have to be in it. It's not going anywhere. So, how do I show up in this world of the internet? So, the topic today is really about authenticity. How? What's the first step? So, I want to be authentic, but how? I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? How do I show up in this social media digital age as authentic?
okay. So let's break it down. Can we break it down? Now
Yeah, sure.
I can't see the category of people here, but let's say 80% of people are above 25. Am I correct?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Should be. Yeah. Give or
25.
take. Yeah.
So the first thing I want to tell you that you're above 25 years old is that you are a social media immigrant.
If you are
You
above
are
25, okay.
yes, you are not a native. It's
Let me leave this
different.
person's comments here.
You are not a native. This is what it
Hmm.
means. It means that when they gave birth to you, you're age 1 to age 9 years old. There was nothing like social media. There was nothing like that. You understand? At age 18, safe. It was 16, maybe 16, they started coming. But kids
Wow.
that are 11 years old, 12, they're native, they were born there. They were there.
Yeah. You can
They
flex now. Now
yeah,
this their
their
environment.
blood, their blood
Now
has
we
algorithm.
there
Their blood get algorithm. Their blood get algorithm.
Now we there here. Oh my
Really?
goodness.
So you're an immigrant. So as
Hmm.
an immigrant, first of all, don't feel bad. Go and
Hmm.
get your passports. You're an immigrant.
Wow.
Get your
Wow, that
passports.
is so powerful.
Get your
Wow.
passports. And your first passport is discern your community. Don't try and blow.
Hmm.
Are you going to Nigeria? Are you going to
Hmm.
France? Don't try and blow.
Start from
Don't try
there.
and blow. Start from your community. I speak to 50 people about hair.
Hmm. Hmm.
Stay
Hmm.
there. Don't try and blow. You're an immigrant. They didn't, it's not your fault. Not be your
Hmm.
fault. It ain't your fault, bro. You're an immigrant. You need
Wow.
visa. You need visa. So
Hmm.
don't try and just stick to your community
Hmm.
first. First. That's your first thing. Now, once you can build your community consistently, the DSS of the country,
Hmm.
the FBI, the
Hmm.
CIA of Instagram, they
They
begin to
start
check you
checking
out.
you out. Who is this one?
Those things
Hmm.
are called algorithms. They begin
Yeah.
to say, somebody is consistently
Doing
checking you out,
this.
checking you out. Start making you feel, oh, he's consistent, he's
Hmm.
authentic, he's engaged, this niche, he's calling it niche, great.
Hmm.
Hey. And then once you build that, you start doing something called cross country. You cannot collaborate with somebody. Check enter somebody's country. Enter
Hmm. Wow. I've
but
never heard this broken down like this.
but you must
It's so
understand. You must
wow.
listen. There's a lady right now who has a big song with Charlie Poppy and Udumodu Black. She has 50K followers on Instagram, 300K followers on TikTok. She became popular by a post on TikTok.
Hmm.
Do you understand? Let me explain. So In I think in 2007, oh seven or oh eight, a something happened in the world that changed the world, and it was the invention of an iPhone. Yeah, oh seven oh eight. The
Hey,
iPhone
God.
was the first phone on earth that brought selfie.
Hmm.
The
I
selfish
didn't even
generation.
know that.
It was the selfie. This was the iPhone. It was the if you read psychology, it became the selfish generation. They they moved into materialism, Kim Kardashian, painting of face, ring
Mhm.
light. iPhone started that industry. See you have ring light. See your eyes, ring light. iPhone, oh, it was the iPhone
Wow.
that opened the world into selfie, myself, and all that. And that was a new world order. So
Hmm.
if you are struggling with that, it's not your fault. That's not how you were born.
Mhm.
Filters. Let me get it. Snapchat. Oh. It was this bloody thing. It was this bloody thing. So you now have to be either patient or very
Hmm.
strategic. Most people are
Hmm.
not very strategic. So be patient. Build your audience. Build. You're an immigrant. Build. Collaborate. Build. Collaborate. Build. Now, let me also say this. You also have to be clear about what you want your voice to be
Hmm.
about.
Hmm.
There has to
How
be.
so this thing that before you even go there, how can you be clear about
My
voice?
goodness,
See this
you have to
finding your voice matter. How?
ah,
How do you
you have to be clear. Hi, see,
how?
let me be. You've been doing this for 7 years. Teach them, please, or 3 years. You have to be
Yes.
clear. You have to be clear. Now, my own way, and I'm going to say this in a very, I'm going to say this in a very um, vulnerable way.
Hmm.
Clarity comes by suffering.
Hmm.
I'll be honest with
That's
you. I know
true.
that's a hard word, but
Yeah, I hear you.
but this is the truth. Clarity means that at some point some friends will go.
Hmm.
Clarity means that at some point some mentors will become shut down.
Yes, like
Clarity
you, what are
means
you
at
saying?
some at some point you will leave an environment. Clarity means that at some point you have courage. Clarity is not cheap. Clarity has a lot of suffering in it. Clarity means that at some point you will people will oppose who they think you are.
Hmm. That one is wild. Like I see
Clarity.
the Dr.
You know
Foy of
you.
waiting now.
Uh, uh,
Don't go start doing clinical for
oh,
us now. Oh my God.
clarity. Clarity. Clarity would involve you taking back your identity from people and giving
And
them
giving
a
them
new
a
one.
new one. Yeah.
It's not funny.
Wow.
Your parents will hurt sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
Clarity is
Wow.
painful.
This is wild. Mm.
Clarity is painful. Clarity,
Mm.
clarity means that it's suffering. There's a lot of suffering in clarity. Clarity means
Yeah.
that sometimes you go alone for a long time
Mm.
and then they'll catch up with you. I'll give an example. OpenAI started in 2015. Do you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
2015? That's a long time. I think they must
He
have gone
made,
back to.
he made his first money 2 years ago. So for
Hmm.
5 years, he looked stupid.
Wow.
Some
Wow.
some 20 years. Clarity is not it's not a joke. Clarity also means that you also have to shed new skin.
Hmm.
Clarity. Clarity means that clarity. Ha.
Now clarity you
Clarity,
call like that. You're not afraid.
clarity,
You're not afraid they're calling clarity easy like
clarity is not
that.
charity, oh. It's not
Wow.
charity, oh. It's not free. Charity or clarity. It's not you. Clarity. Are you joking? Clarity is
Wow.
that you are also clarity means that at some point you let go of everything, focus on one thing. Clarity.
Hmm.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because YBB, people need definitions to be
Yeah.
happy. with the way they can interact with you. If I give you a definition, I can use that as a handle to hold on to something.
Mm.
YBB is a marketer because
Mm-hmm.
YBB is a communication expert. That's what my brain can
Yeah,
can
can
hold on to.
comprehend. Yeah,
But
can
she's
comprehend.
then 7 years ago she says that she's an identity coach.
What is that
What
one again?
what does that
What's that?
mean? Who are you? Identity? Who are you? What's identity
Oh
coach?
God, you have
It's
just
do
you've
you do
messed. This is
do you do
wild.
thumbprints? Is it
Sometimes,
thumbprints? Do you do thumbprints?
what do you do?
What do you do?
Sometimes, what is this thing for what? Oh
Identity,
my
identity.
God!
What? So clarity is not a sacrifice,
Wow.
and it's very hard because on social media,
Mm.
because it's still an ongoing universe. They, they are categorizing quickly. They are giving nomenclatures.
See what somebody said. That is like Nino.
They are giving nomenclatures. They are giving.
Mhm.
So
Ooh.
if you don't
Yeah,
have a thick skin and all that,
yeah, you're gone.
you're
Yeah.
gone.
Hmm.
You're gone.
Wow. Tochukwu, like this is. I just had to call you by your name because you blew my
I want to
mind.
get my battery charged, but I'm hearing you.
Guys, this is the oh my god. You know, this is the wildest conversation, and I like how fluid it is. Somebody has said this, like, you know, it's truth. You know, it's truth that we need to tell ourselves. But you know, this thing that you have said, you talked about courage, and you talked about, you know, just you really knowing. But for some people, they still find it hard. Like, how do I really know that I'm not? Because a lot of times you're unsure. So, what should I be looking out for that would make me sit within it and say, yes, I am sure against, even though I'm struggling with that, should I say assurance with myself? I'm telling myself, hey, you know, but how do I sit? How do I sit with that? How do I sit with it? How do I know and tell myself, like almost like self-trust, or you know, telling yourself that you are right, yeah, it's okay, keep going. Because you just said now somebody opened the eye 5 years. Some people 5 years and then you'll now not be anything. Ha.
Homo, homo, homo. So I am now in all honesty, YBBM. I think that if you can teach your kids this thing early,
Hmm.
it will work. I think that some of us are like
Hmm.
cement already formed. So
So we don't have
it's
a
like
chance.
breaking. No, you have a chance, but you must break the cement. So
Oh my
so
God.
I'm talking honest with you because
Yeah.
some of us right now cannot afford to fail so much. We don't have the time. Some of us can. I'm being vulnerable here. Be
Hmm.
vulnerable here. Um, but I'll say this: number one, I say failure is the tuition for success. Failure is the
Hmm.
payment
Hmm.
you make for success. My
Hmm.
father-in-law is a very interesting man. He will say he speaks pidgin and together. He say, if you know Miss Road, how you gonna know new road?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
and,
Hmm. Hmm.
and and my my prayer for anybody. So prayer means my wish for anybody who
Yes.
is in the junction of
Hmm.
self-doubt and all that is that you meet one person who can affirm you right. You have
Hmm.
breaks because those tiny things count. Those
Yeah.
tiny count. Those hope moments. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not
Hmm.
going to say because what happened to Sam Altman was that in 2019 he goes for a pitch and Microsoft
Hmm.
needed AI to fight Google. And that was
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
That was it. Can you
Wow.
hear me?
Yes, we can. You know, this I put up this question because you are already
That
answering
was
it.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was it. So those hope moments, those those when the universe just gives you that big just. But this is what I also say, YBB. Most people don't know how to discern. Most people don't know how to discern.
So
Most people
how?
don't. Most people think that it is. Yeah, most people don't have not. Listen, there is an inner working in you. Some people call it the gut feeling. Most
Yeah,
people have
we've
numbed
spoken
their
about this,
intuition.
guys. We've spoken about this. This is the third time this
Yes,
is coming up. Wow.
their gut feeling. Most people have
Mm,
numbed their intuition. They've numbed it
mm.
so much. Honestly, I call it my internet. I'm not laughing. My internet.
Yeah.
I go to my internet and I type. I search my mind. I meditate. I'm a Christian, so I do prayers too and all that. But
Mm.
my internet, my
Yeah.
my
The
rhythm
inner
inside.
world. Yeah.
Yeah, because because these things are like signals, and if you pick them up, you
Mm.
thrive. You thrive. Also, YBB, some people have to let go of low energy people. I'm sorry to say this, but I have to bring it up.
Yeah. But why are you
Some
sorry to
people,
say that? Are you
some
kidding?
people bring bad vibes to your space. I'm telling you, some people
Hmm.
like fans. See, I prefer to have a staff that is average but joyful than the person that likes offense, malice, inner
Yeah.
dark energy.
Yeah.
Those things, yeah. So you also have to manage your environment, manage your space, bring in joy, bring in laughter. Just yeah,
Mm.
those things also attract big breaks and yeah, low energy. It's not. I'm not saying delete everybody now. No, don't delete your husband by mistake. Oh.
That guy, you're always having low energy. I beg.
Don't break up with your husband. Oh. I will marry you, my brother, my sister. But you also
You
have
know.
to yeah manage the energy, manage the flow, manage the yeah.
I mean, it's so interesting that you're saying all of these things. Like, I feel like it's important to know that you see, there are just certain life principles that we must give ourselves to. There's no amount of, except you really don't want to grow, you really don't want to expand, you really don't want to show up in this world. If you do, there are some certain things that you have to honestly give yourself to. One is clarity, like you have said. And clarity, like, I mean, the way that you've explained it, I'm not sure that I have heard it that way before, and I'm going to steal it. And in fact, when I rejig it, you don't even know it's the same thing. Like what? I mean, I've never really heard it in that way. Somebody is saying that, you know, even my mind can be clouded sometimes. So how do I even wade through my own mind? And I think that for you have actually even spoken about that you do some certain things. You have to have some rituals that you do. So you know that when your mind is clouded, do you at that time, is it at that time that you withdraw, that you start asking yourself those questions? Is it that you will seek help? Is it that you have to really honestly find what works for you? Because I always say that this 1 plus 1, it doesn't always have to be 2. We have seen it that in this life, if I say do it like this, what if that is my own way? It is that you honestly need to find your way. Inner workings are a real thing, guys. They are an absolute real thing.
See
It's
now, let me borrow a few a few things from science and
yeah.
so science. So the Bible says your body is the temple.
Mm,
So a Jewish scholar explained, and I was blown away. He said when the guy Jesus, because the Jews believe in Jesus, was sleeping in a storm, his hormones were not releasing fear hormones; they were releasing sleep hormones. That you cannot pretend in a storm. You cannot
mm.
pretend that that your body, if you pay attention, is giving you signals.
Mm,
The truth is, when you feel stressed, don't love it. Don't love stress. When you feel
mm,
anxiety, don't love it. Don't
mm,
no. Take time off.
mm,
Be,
mm,
manage your internet.
mm. Yeah.
Manage your
Yeah.
inner your inner government. When
Mm.
you feel tired, off your phone. Like
Yeah.
Be in tune with your inner man, with your inner space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be in
Yeah.
tune with it. Trust me, they give signals.
Yeah.
They give signals. They silence, quietness is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because what most people don't understand is that
Hmm.
some people are prone to making bad choices. Do you know that scientifically?
Yeah.
People,
It's the
science
way
has developed.
they make decisions. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, scientific.
Yeah.
Some people make choices when they have all the bad hormones. When they have
When they are
when you're pregnant,
feeling all sorts of ways. Oh my
all
God.
your hormones are, yeah. That's when you make a choice. Why?
Guy.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Is when all the dopamine is, you have all the messed up. You will now start making a phone call.
Of course, you're going to mess it up. What are you going
You're
to
going to
say on
mess it
that
up.
phone? But how
So
do you even know? Like, people don't know. A lot of people are just unconscious. That's for me. So for me, it's how do we lead ourselves to consciousness? How?
man, Kai, listen, hi, YBB, this is another lecture. Maybe next year. Next year.
No. How do you lead yourself to consciousness?
Okay.
Because
The reason why is that it's deeper than we think.
let's
It's
go.
deeper,
That's why we are
and
here.
I don't want
That's
to.
why we are here.
Okay, there's a word called cosmic consciousness.
Yeah.
Cosmic consciousness is that when the whole world agrees that this black is white, it becomes white too.
Yeah. Let's go. That one. Let's go. Let's go there.
It becomes white too. But the worst is cosmic unconsciousness. It's when
Hey.
it's when some people have money, have media, and are subtly telling you that blue is
This
red.
is it.
This is it.
You have to. What are you going to do now?
So it is. So it takes a person that has emotional, a strong person to be different on earth.
Wow.
Because pharmacy has all this from a big pharmacy, they have cosmic consciousness. Television, media, Hollywood, church.
This is how.
Sorry,
This is what beauty. This is what beauty looks like. This is what purity looks like.
yes,
This is
yeah,
a good girl.
Instagram,
That is a bad
yes,
girl. This is a rich man. That is a successful man. This
LinkedIn,
man is
every
about
so
his potential is going to make him successful.
yes, and he's bigger than me
Wow.
and you. Who are we? But pencil in the hands of these people. So
For your husband.
it takes
Oh my goodness.
a lot of discernment, introspection. It's not a day's job. Introspection, calmness. It's a lot of work, a lot of principles, rituals, focus, immersion. A lot. So
So
I'm not going to.
this thing that you have said, you have opened a can of, I don't know whether they're worms or whether they are butterflies. But what I'm going to ask you honestly is that, give me, if you were to talk to me, like, maybe like your younger sister. I will use the word sister because guys are more protective of their sisters. And I were that person that I said, how can I become conscious? Give me steps, like 5, 3. This is the first thing you must do. When you say a lot of mindfulness, a lot of this, like somebody had asked, what? How can I cultivate this stillness? This man, are there some things I can begin to do actively that can help me, to rein myself in?
Okay, YBB. Hi, you're opening. I didn't plan. I don't plan to not do easy now.
Please.
Okay. Now, guys, even if I say this doesn't mean you do it. So, and if you don't even do it, at least let me just say the simple one: love yourself. Still, I'm serious. Love yourself. Don't kill yourself. But for those who can do it, yeah, let me first give you the clause. Love yourself. Love yourself. Being in an environment of love. I'm serious. But for those who can do it, the first thing that the world wants to take away from you is curiosity. The world.
There you go. Guys, if you were here on day one and we're talking about curiosity, I really honestly need to see you in the comment section.
That's
Go ahead.
yeah.
Please go ahead.
The world takes away curiosity, and that's the first
Yeah.
thing. Most people have lost curiosity. The world is telling you that influencer is now the one, the final say. You don't even research anymore. If this person
Hmm.
says it, yeah. So
That's that's it.
you don't even have original thoughts.
Hmm.
I met someone who told me that she prays in Adeboye's voice. I said,
I
Jesus.
think why? Why?
She she prays. The way she talks to God is in Adeboye's voice. So
As
they've
why?
but it's because it's curiosity. We do curiosity. You being able to question. Most people can't do it. Maybe let's not overflog it. It's tough. Curiosity. You being able to. But this is the problem. Have curiosity with humility. That's
I wanted to
because
say there must be the balance. Yeah. Go ahead.
yes, with
There must be
humility,
that balance.
because
Yeah.
humility is wisdom. Because humility states that the world is changing fast, and you two don't know. That's what we
So this is what so this thing that you're saying, and I shared this with them on day one, that you meet every information or everything with curiosity, not judgment. So you don't say
Yes,
yes or no. Yeah, that's so you meet it with
curiosity.
curiosity.
Yes.
So thank you, it's all for bringing this out here. But there's something that you said now. You use the word humility. I think that for Africans, we need to break down what that really looks like. A lot of times, humility that we think is humility is actually timidity. It is not. It is not humility. So, what is humility? I believe that what we should get into is really graciousness, and how begin to give other people grace and leave room for other people's thoughts and feelings and expressions, and so that in your interactions with them you can remain curious because you are leaving room. So let's start
So,
with.
so, so why BBM? Ah, an African man has a problem already, including me.
Of
So
course.
I'm there.
Mhm.
I'm there. We are defensive. Defensive. We've suffered a lot. So we don't want to be pushed to the back again. So we're defensive. But in the past 7 to 8, 9, 10 years, no, 10 years of my life, my wife's father is a wealthy man, he's a billionaire. And I noticed something about a rich man that is grounded. They are humble. You know why? They are rich, not
But
just
what are we proving?
they're
What
not
are we
proving.
proving?
So he will listen to every conversation and be saying, okay, okay. He's he's not he's you he will buy your destiny if he wants to. So I saw that it's because of my poverty I'm proud. Is that I'm hiding something in me. I'm defensive. I have shame. I have shame. I have shame. I have low self-esteem. My self-estimation is quite small. So I have shame. I have fear. I have fear. So I have to be proud. I have to make sure you think I'm smart
Yeah, you
too.
have to put up
Yeah, I have to. I have to.
mask.
I
Yeah.
have to.
That's feel
Don't judge
important. Are
me.
you kidding?
I have to. I'm human.
Me too.
Me too. So I don't blame anybody for being proud or being arrogant or self-defense. But
Yeah.
it's wisdom to be humble. It's
Yeah.
wisdom to. So humility is not self being self-serving.
Self-degradation. Yeah. Self-degradation is not, it's not self-shame, it's not self-degradation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild. That's wild. Thank you so much for sharing it in such a, should I say, an authentic way. Somebody said something like, so I've lost my curiosity. How do I get it back? I was told, you know what, I can't, I was told that you can't be curious. So where do I start from? I don't know how to be curious anymore. What do I do? That's the question.
Hi, Aisha. Yeah. I'm gonna give practical steps. I don't know if there are communities that can help, but sometimes mirroring helps.
Mm.
Mirroring, mirroring. I don't say this publicly. I don't say this publicly, but the person who helped me a lot and we helped each other was MI. He's a rapper. We're close
Mm.
friends. And during COVID, he'll come to my house and he will say this to me, and he will say this to me, and he will say this to me, and he will say this to me.
Mm.
Do you understand? He will mirror, he will mirror, and I'll say this to him, and he helped, and he gave me. So, if ever you can find
Mm.
by faith, FAT, or by faith, FAITH, you because I'm not going to lie that it's easy. It's not easy. So, if you can exchange energy, if you can exchange energy
With someone.
someone with a community, that's one. Number two, if you can soak yourself with the right content, with the right content. There's a guy called so for example, I want my long-term play is to be a media mogul, and it's already
Mm.
happening. My
Mm.
long-term play. So, but
Mm.
I've learned that I can't use anybody's pattern because of the era we are in. But there's a guy
Yeah.
called Michael Ovitz. Michael Ovitz, brilliant man. So I watched him like, wow. I started mirroring a few things he did about
Mm.
vertical and horizontal mentorship and being mentored.
Mm.
Wow, wow. So that works. I'm careful to say find a mentor or careful because it's a good thing, but I'll say find find an excited person, a person excited about life again, and mirror.
You know, Tochukwu, so if you're wondering, whoever it is, and saying, mirroring, what does that really mean? I mean, he has explained this in a way. I'm going to add a few things. And one of the things that I'm going to add is, we mentioned triggers, but it is also that when something piques your interest for whatever way, in how, whether it irritates you or whether it gets you excited, hold on to it. What do I mean? Pay attention. So, curiosity is about attention. And you have to learn, start with baby steps, starting to pay attention to the way, maybe normally when you're talking to your friend, you're just listening to them. Curiosity demands that you pay attention to the things that are being said and the things that are not being said. So start by when somebody is talking to you, start looking at them, looking at the way that they are saying what they are saying, looking at their hands, looking at their posture, looking at this and that. You know that if the person is tired, if the person is frustrated, before they even get to that point, you already know. You can tell them that, okay, you know what, sit down. Or, okay, you know what, drink water. So let me give you an example. One day, some lady had come to see me. I mean, we had never met. I think we had met on online. And I said, oh, I'm in London at this time. Okay, you can come to my hotel. Let's see each other and whatever. And so we sat down and she was gisting with me. But as I was looking at her, I knew she was hungry. She didn't say anything. I just knew that she was hungry and she was really exhausted. So I just said to her, I said, can I give you water? She said, I'm so tired. I said, you know what? Can we go and have lunch? And she was confused, like, lunch, okay. I just said I'll stop by. I said, I know you're stopping by. I know it's just like a 5 minutes, but can I take you for lunch? And it was at lunch that she told me that I haven't eaten all day. I just said to myself, if I don't see by maybe today, so I was depriving myself. But I just said I have to walk through this. And I knew that is because I pay attention. It is that curiosity is what leads you to the gems in your life. So when you begin to look at it as, I have to really revive my curiosity because my life depends on it. The quality of my life depends on how curious I am, how interested I am. So, like we were saying the other day, I think it was yesterday, that sometimes you're in a meeting or you're just gisting with somebody, and on that table, that person can change your entire generation's destiny. But you are not even asking questions. You're not even pausing and looking at what is being said, what's not being said. You're not even opening yourself to opportunities that are in that moment. So, to revive your curiosity, the first thing is to pause and to listen, to pay attention in the small things and grow in that to the big things. And of course, mirroring someone is when you can even, before you even mirror someone, Tochukwu, this thing that you have said about mirroring is because you are quite conscious, to a particular level. So when some people are mirroring things to them, they can't even see it because they don't even value. So you have some people in your life. You need to be able to identify the people in your life and give them the roles. Give them their flowers. When I say flowers, is that you've known this person for 10 years, but this person has become something. Defer, ask questions, drop all your hesitations and your doubt and whatever, and lean into that wisdom because it is given to you. If it wasn't given to you, you will not have access to that person. So there's so many of us that have access to so many things, but we're too unconscious to tap into the wisdom that is already given to us. So that, I mean, I'm going to ask you a few more things because I'm going to round this up. If not, we're going to stay here and I'm going to do another thing with you. Actually, I already know what it is in my head, because you have honestly shattered so many things that look big. You know how we just look at it and say, "Hey, where am I going to start from?" And you realize that, see, it's not that deep. You are the one overthinking it. Give yourself room to become. Right? Somebody says the foundation of success begins with curiosity. I promise you. I promise you it does. It does. So Chukwu, I want you to rein this in for us. So when you decided to show up as yourself, because you had been online for a long time, what changed? What changed? Where did that what happened?
So now, I don't say this. I say this with all humility. I've always been the guy.
Yeah, I
Always been the
understand.
guy.
Yeah.
Always, always,
Mm-hmm.
always. But and I'm going to say this to some people here. I believe in sequencing.
Hmm.
I knew that if I showed up too early, I'll be a mess. I needed to have credible products before I showed
Hmm.
up.
Hmm.
I had broken TY into record levels. I had done major work for Budweiser. I had done stuff in LA. I had signed a deal with Sony Music. Then I showed up.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right now, I'm working on some amazing things.
Hmm.
And in 2 years' time, I'm going to upgrade the show up.
Hmm.
And then,
Yeah.
so I sequence.
Hmm.
I said, it's best. I sequenced it.
Hmm.
That's number one. Then number two, I knew that I didn't have the team to show
Hmm.
up and not have the capacity to sustain the show up. I didn't- I'm gonna show up and the order is smokes and mirrors. I don't know. So I built a team. I built a solid team. I built a team.
How? Wait, but how? How did you do that? I'm going to break you in there.
I listen,
How? What
guys.
did you do?
I realized that in my industry, you don't
Hmm.
hire a team, you build the team.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
you don't hire, you build. So let me explain what I did. First of all, I have these are my trade secrets. My trade secrets. My trade secrets. Why did you why my trade
Give
secrets?
us. Give us.
First of all, when I find somebody, I search with my two eyes open.
Hmm.
But once they come into my circle, I look at them with one eyes. I am forgiving.
Hmm.
But before you come in, it's hard. But once you
Hmm.
come in, so I'm checking
What
out every
makes it hard? What makes it hard for you to come in? What are you
because
looking out for?
I don't really believe in hard skills. I believe in soft skills. I don't care about hard skills.
Explain that further.
I love people that so in my field I'm in comms, marketing, music. I'm not looking for the
Mhm.
best producer. I'm looking for the person that when TY comes into the studio, TY is happy. soft skills,
Hmm.
the joyful person,
Hmm.
the polite person, the
Energy.
nice.
You're talking energy, but okay, let's go.
Yeah, the soft, the vibes, the
Vibes.
frequency,
That's what you're saying. Yeah,
the
frequency. That's what you're
frequency.
saying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm not looking for hard. I can teach hard skills. I can hire
Hmm.
no. I can apps AI can help me with hard skills. I can mix on AI, but I'm looking for the frequency people, the humble person. That's what I'm
Hmm.
looking for. So I'm checking you out. I'm putting you in tough. I'm seeing how you react. For example, I'm about to fire somebody because the person, the you know how the person talks down on people below the person, and I made you like
Hmm.
this. I said,
Hmm.
okay, you can't no, be humble to be nice. So
Hmm.
the frequency. Before you come in, it's so hard. But once you come in, I I cut I look away a lot. I look away a
Hmm.
lot.
Cut people slack. I
Yeah,
mean, that's your
that's
thing, but
yeah. No, that's not
there's a
you.
limit. There's a limit to that, guys.
I know. No, do you all know? Do you all know? That's one. Two.
There's a limit
Do
to
you
that.
all know? Do you all know? Two. I realized early, early in life, like when I was younger, I realized that some people just what they need is opportunity.
Hmm.
They might come from the lowest cadre of the systems. I don't know how, but I find them.
I mean, let me tell you how you find them. You position for them.
Yes, you're
You
right.
said everything in your world is looking for them, and so
They come
it's
to
like a
me.
net. They just
Yes,
you attract
yes.
them. That's what it
Exactly.
is.
They
You
DM
are
me.
clear. You are actually clear on what they look like. You know what they look
What do
like.
you mean?
So the
Hey,
very
buddy.
minute that you
Hey,
see
buddy.
them,
Hey,
the
buddy.
very
I catch them.
the
I
very
know them.
minute you see them, you
They
catch
come.
them.
You
So
have no
you are
idea.
clear. Oh,
I
you
have
are
a,
you
I
are
have, a, I
always
have,
clear.
I have a military base. See, we're coming. Oh, I have they're there. Akure, Ibadan, Lagos, Ghana,
Wow.
everywhere.
Wow.
Build, build the system. So I haven't started yet. So I'm
We know.
still warming up.
We
Boom,
know. We can
boom.
see.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we're
yeah.
revving.
So what I'll say is that I sequenced. I sequenced. Now let me say two things to people here. Number one is some people here are meant to be great number twos.
Yeah, not
Please
everybody
teach
can
me
be a number
be number
one.
one. So
And it's
sometimes
okay.
it's okay. It's not no. It's not bad. I'm in number two for a lot of people. I'm in number two for a lot of people.
It's,
Happily, I'm a kingmaker with joy. With
I mean,
joy. So let's not allow Instagram mess us up. That's number one. Number two, why this one is the last thing I'll say, then I'll go. When God sends you your destiny helper, don't have sex with the person. No.
wahala,
Some
wahala,
people
wahala.
they think that every
Wahala,
energy,
wahala,
they
wahala.
think that every
Oh.
energy is romantic. No, I might like you
Ah.
because of something, not sex. It's not all about most. This has wrecked people, man. Managing your energy in such a way that is you can't have you can't have 1 million lovers now. Everybody cannot toast you. Everybody cannot toast you. So discern the people that are close to me that are amazing. That I know that they were sent for a particular. My clarity attracted them. I didn't go and toast them all. I managed myself. Now, 4 years down the line, there's one in America helping out a business there. But so make sure you can manage energy because I understand that it's so beautiful, good energy that you want, you want. Hey, boy, calm down. Man, understand that energy is beautiful, but if you can manage it.
Wow.
Thank you, my baby,
Wait,
the
I'm gonna
president.
ask
I
you. I'm
cannot
going
go.
to no. Let me give you one more thing. I'm going to ask you to rein this conversation in, and that will be that if somebody were to ask you, okay, I'm finding my own voice, I want to show up authentically online. What are the top, should I say, three things I must continually look out for. So I want to honestly, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to show up because I know what it is the solution that I have, and I know that I'm ready. So what are the top three things I need to look out for online in the social media world? Yeah.
Okay. Three things you want to look out for. Okay, so basics. Number one, try and be deliberate about. Try and just know who follows you. Go check your, check your back end. Understand your region. Just do some work in knowing like your back end. I know that people follow me Ghana mail. Just go and do that part. That's number one. So focus on that. Number two, see. Number two is understand that content in this era is energy in expression.
Please, can you say that again and explain it?
Content in this era is energy in expression. Let me explain.
What does that
There's,
mean?
you know, Kabi, he doesn't talk.
What's cabin?
One guy,
Okay.
one black guy does like this. One black
Oh, I don't
guy.
know.
But who knows Kabi? You know Kabi.
Does
Anybody
anybody
Kabi?
know Kabi? I'm
You know
not
him now.
sure.
The black guy who doesn't talk at all has
Oh.
millions of followers. So Kabi is like Mr. Bean.
Right.
Doesn't talk.
Somebody says I know him. Okay.
Yeah. So Kabi.
Yes, on TikTok. Okay. They're
Yeah.
answering now. They know him.
Kabi. So Kabi doesn't talk, but he's making millions. So content is energy in expression. In other words, guys, at some point, if you find clarity, you're authentic, and you just keep going, it will burst forth. So make sure it will burst forth. So make sure you are consistently putting out your best. I didn't say excellent, too. Your best energy. Because some of you don't know that some people just use their phone and they're fine. Some people just use their phone and they're fine. They're good.
Number one. That's number one. Number two, number three.
Number two.
I'm going to get it out of you today. What?
Number two. Kai. It's still, baby, you have virtue has left me. Virtue has left me. Baby. Number
As it's almost day. Oh my God.
Number two is what I do. Guys, what I also do, I'm going to be very sincere with you, is that, do you know that, guys, T.Y. Bello helped me, Great Man helped me. People, I serve people, I added value to people. I see, guys, give. Why people tell people to give? People like to receive.
We spoke about this on the first day. It's wild.
Give.
It's wild.
Your idea. I was my idea. Okay. Give. I've given a lot and it has helped me. Give. Giving the flow. I'm being honest. That's the second one.
Wow.
And the third one, as I close out YBB, as I leave YBB, the final one is love today, love your moment, love.
Oh yeah, as it is now.
Yeah, I was somewhere. I was in like a village 3 days ago. 3 days ago, doing a production on set. Village, like
production.
Yeah.
Tochukwu. Okay, let's go. Let's just not talk about that one.
I said never start. Production, okay. But like village, full village. And there's a guy who was, I think he was just dancing on the road. And I knew that man had joy more than me. My brother. This man wore socks. I realized that money is good, everything is good, money is good, everything is good. But joy, enjoying
Mm.
today is important. To I know people that are rich, oh, that are not happy. Oh, I know, I'm serious. Oh, I know all these people that have 5 million followers that are not happy. Oh, make sure.
Oh my God, this guy.
I'm
Hey,
serious.
God,
So
oh.
make sure that after all is said and done, you find joy in today. You can
Yeah.
laugh because a lot of people, YBB, are living in a comparison that is not
You
valid.
know, yeah, honestly, we still spoke about this yesterday. If I spoke about this comparison thing, it's like, guys, these things are real. Like, they're
You are
so
living
real.
in,
It's
first of
wild.
all, because the person is your element doesn't mean it's your context. Though people are prepared differently. Oh, Christ was prepared for 30 years. Noah 120 years. Moses 80 years. Some people 10
Like
days.
you're on your own journey.
Your own journey. Oh, so I know I might sound like, but that's what the world wants you to do. Wreck you, compare, hurt yourself, finish yourself, insult yourself, make you feel useless. But that's not it. I try to step back sometimes. Step back. Yeah, guys. It's been a pleasure, my
This
beats.
this is so this has been more phenomenal than I anticipated. I really love how you broke things down. You made this simple. You made my work easy. Tochukwu, thank you so much. People just say thank you, Doctor. Oh my God! Thank you. Value. Everybody's
Whenever you
writing
want to
this.
do, if you do, if you do it this year, and I'm around, I'll join you. If I'm around, I'll join you.
I
If you
will.
do
I will.
magnetism
Thank you.
this year, I will join
I'm
you.
doing
If I'm around,
magnetism. I'm doing magnetism this year, and that's the
if
conversation
you
I'm going
do
to
it
have with
this year,
everyone. Definitely. I will. I am doing magnetism in
yeah,
the next.
I will
So,
join you.
guys, say thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Can you see there? Thank you so much, Tochukwu, for being here tonight. Thank you. Wow. Was that wild or not? Tell me, people. Was that wild or not? That was wild. That was so good. I am so grateful that this happened tonight. I am so grateful. I am so grateful that this is like the final conversation. And he said something, he led us right into magnetism. Many of you know, or you may not know, magnetism is my signature program. Now, magnetism isn't for everyone. I understand that. That's why Deeper for me takes you to a certain level, a certain height of conversations, of consciousness for your next level. Because many of us are in transition, right? We're becoming, we are transiting, we are evolving, we are reinventing, we are pivoting. So many things that we need to know, that we need to be to live above the pressures, the fears, the anxieties, the expectations of men. This is the final night for Deeper, and I want to thank you for being here. Please go over your task sheets. If you are on Telegram, the link is there on Telegram for the task sheets. Please put up, all of the things that you learned today. Tag Dr. Foy, tag me at Identity Coach, tag him at Dr. Foy, wherever. Let us know what stood out for you. And also so you can remind yourself of what you got tonight, because it's not leaving you. I'm going to go higher. Can you believe that there's anything more than Deeper? Guys, can you believe that there's anything more than Deeper? So I'm going to be presenting something to you. Give me a second. I'm going to be presenting something to you. And this is happening next week, Sunday. Who is excited? This is happening next week, Sunday. But this is only for a select few. It is by application only, complimentary again, but it's by application only. It's only for those that are ready to take action. I have shared Deeper with everyone, whether you want to take action or not. But I always believe in, building blocks. And so next week, I'm having the immersion. The immersion is on the 1st of September. and I'm going to have two guests. This is different from Deeper in that it's going to be actual teachings with Shola Adeshaki and John Obidi. This is the immersion. What do you imagine an immersion would be? This is Deeper, but we have the immersion coming up. Again, it is complimentary, but it's by application only. What is Deeper? Should I quickly explain? Deeper, first off, is having the immediate conversations that lead you to your next, to your highest, to your emergence. What is the immersion? The immersion is should I say, is a curtain raiser. So let me show you what it is. So the immersion is a cutting razor to magnetism 10x, and it's that intervention you need to transform your life in 1 year. And I say this boldly because if you have been able to go through these conversations over 3 days and you already have light bulb moments, you already have situations that you see before you that you had thought, oh, how do I make it through? How do I go past this? This is wild. Then you already have you have an inroad, The immersion is a cutting razor to Magnetism 10x. Magnetism 10x is my 6-week coaching program for a select few. I understand that. I don't take a lot of people, and that's intentional because we work together, and it's only for people that are ready for their emergence. And so the immersion is an opportunity for you to take a sneak peek into what Magnetism 10x looks like. And so we'll be teaching. This one is not a conversation, it's an actual teaching. The topics I will be sharing by mail. So look out for your emails. Join the Telegram channel if you can, because there you get first-hand information. You know when we are live on our conversations, you know what it is that we're doing. But for the immersion, I'm going to be taking it closer. I'm going to have a WhatsApp group, like a WhatsApp channel, so it's closer, but that's only for the immersion. You cannot get into the immersion without applying. And so we'll have to look at the people. We have to be sure that there are people that are ready to pivot, ready to take their next step into the best versions of themselves. So somebody said you're not receiving mails. Oh, that's weird. So you want to join Telegram then? You want to join your birthday is on the 1st. Yay! That's so cool. My birthday is on the 3rd, right? So yes, this is what immersion is. It is being totally submerged. Wow. I love your comments. I love your comments. Thank you so much for all of these comments. So like I said, look out for your mails. Make sure that you're in the Telegram group. I will take in the task sheets as conversations. So that's something I'm doing also for people in my community, because I believe that, you see, there's so much wisdom and there's so much insights that each of us, like especially someone like me has cultivated over the years. And if you are within my community, I feel like it's my responsibility to share, to gift you as you are. And so you don't necessarily have to be able to afford a course or whatever it is now, but whatever it is I can give, I am going to do that. It is my commitment to do that. And so make sure that you are in the Telegram groups. Make sure that you are, receiving emails, so that at least, so that's why for the task sheets, for instance, I'm going to be having conversations in the Telegram group, I think during the course of the week. So if you have any questions, go through them, listen to the videos, like watch it over again on YouTube. It's the same links, so you don't need to change anything. Just go over it, go through the task sheets, start putting pen to paper, start writing your own way, start creating your way, because you can. You actually can. Everything that you want, it wants you to. I am so grateful that you guys are here tonight. And so I want to say thank you for being here. Look out for your emails, check on Telegram, and we will have more information for you. Somebody said this. So this is time to say thank yous to everyone that is here. Begin to say your thank yous. Thank you, Adeoluwa. Thank you, Ajala Blessing. Thank you, Jumoke. Hey, I see you, Tayo. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you, Kosi. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Tifu Patience, Veronica. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Just saying thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Dolapo. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you. Thank you. Thank God he's here. Thank you, guys. I'm going to just leave, of course, the immersion. You can start applying before. I'm going to just leave that on the screen in a few minutes. I'm going to leave that on the screen so that you can, just check if this is something that is for you. Remember that it's not for everyone. And it's okay to be wherever you are at this point. um it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So that is the link for the immersion. If you can see it, that's fine. I think that I can type it in the comments. Thank you. Happy birthday to me. I see that. Thank you. I have just typed it in the comments. So see you guys soon. Wishing you so much love and goodwill. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Perfect.